I'm Cherry Ann and this is my husband George. I currently work in an accounts department for a leading engineering firm in Sydney, and we have offices all throughout Australia.
Yes, and I am a port worker, so I'm an operator, and yeah, heavy industry, that's what I do. I happened to stumble across Investor's Dream, looking for buyers agents in the area of Parramatta, because we were looking at properties, we didn't know where to go, what to do, and we just happened to start looking in Parramatta, and we came across Investor's Dream. So we done our research, and we followed your story, Sanjeev, and we resonated with your story, and we thought this is the company we'd like to go with. And it was from there we made contact and went from there.
Yeah, I think you're missing a little bit of the story from. Absolutely, George was looking for investors, and we were thinking all the Parramatta area and all the rest of it. But George actually stumbled across Investor's Dream, specifically Sanjeev, over a podcast. Sanjeev was doing a podcast. George had heard about it, and he said to me, "Oh my God, you have to hear this guy. Like, what is the chances? He's based out in New South Wales, towards the Parramatta area. Listen to his podcast. I think this really resonates really well with us." And from that, we started stalking Sanjeev a little bit, just to get a feel of what he was doing, where he was, and then from that,
we were happy with
everything that we heard, and we felt like his backstory, which I think, like, if anyone has a chance, Spotify, any of the leading streaming services, type in his name and you'll hear his backstory. And I think for so many people, that's the thing that resonated for us. We were like, that's exactly what we want out of life. That's the dream. We've also got a young family, and we wanted more than just the grind of the 9 to 5. And Sanjeev just kind of ticked all those boxes for us.
Yeah.
Working with Investor's Dream has been an absolute dream.
It's been a dream. It's in the name.
It's all in the name, to be honest. And I know that sounds a little bit funny, but I think the hardest thing is trusting someone to invest your money with. And you sit back and say to yourself, why should I pay someone for something that maybe I can do myself? And it's the stress reliever of knowing that Sanjeev has a team. They do the back work for you. My husband and I both work 9 to 5. We've got 3 young kids. Time is of the essence. And at the end of the day, what Sanjeev does for us in a few weeks of working with him would take us years to research, find out, and know what is right or wrong, what the trend is on the market, where is the right place. Because I think so many people think, oh, I'm going to invest, and I saw a house down the road and I'm going to buy that house. Not because it's a house in your street, in your suburb, does that mean that is the best decision. And speaking with Sanjeev and his team, you very early on learn that that's the case. And also just from listening to other podcasts, when you speak to Sanjeev, you very much learn that he knows what he's talking about. And that's...
I think also too, speaking to Sanjeev, I realised straight away that I wanted to work with you and your team. Because speaking to other buyers agents, I felt like we're very much a number. And if you didn't have what they wanted you to have straight there, and they didn't want to know you kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas dealing with Sanjeev and his team, I felt like they steered you in the right direction. They had the knowledge there for you to make those steps. And it was just it was basically holding your hand through the process.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Not feeling like he's just been left and like, oh, you need to do that and just go and sort it out and that's it.
Yeah, and I think no question was too hard, or you didn't feel like anything you asked was a silly question or like that you should know it. Whereas I think sometimes when you called up the other buyer's agent, I could hear from the other end that you were getting very frustrated because you were asking questions, and it's because you weren't their target audience. They weren't even willing to help you. Whereas even with just our first conversation with Sanjeev, which we didn't even sign up for at that stage, it was just a conversation. the abundance of knowledge that he gave us, we were like, oh my, he gave us that for free. Like, imagine if we were to sign up, like, what would we get with working with him? And that's very much it. You're working with Sanjeev and his team. It's a partnership. It's a collaboration. It was
definitely feel like you're part of the team. You're not,
absolutely.
You're not just left to the side and they do all the work. They talk you through everything and they give you
step to step what
assignments to do and like understand what your decision that you're making as well.
Absolutely. Like, I would get questions and I had no idea in regards to the lingo and all the rest of it. And I'll text Sanjeev because I'm like, oh, I don't want to bother him by calling him, so I'll send him a text. And he was more than happy to give me a call back, or if it was a quick one, he'd just text it back and go, oh, no, this is what you need to do. Like, it was, it was such a relief.
Overall, it was fantastic dealing with Investor Stream.
Absolutely.
And definitely deal with Investor Stream again.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go anywhere else. This is the company for us.
Yeah. I think there's two answers to this question. I think one is we understand the importance of utilising someone in their specific field to do this job for us that we can't do because we don't have the inside knowledge or the time to do that. So we understand the importance of it to leverage someone to do that for us. And two would be we also understand the power of giving a little bit of extra money now so we can save or gain thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future. We understand that. So that's my...
Yeah, and I think when you're saying about giving that little bit of money up front, I think so many people, it's one of those things where you need to invest in yourself, and whether that means you go to seminars or you go to a self-help book or whatever, you're paying for that because it's the knowledge that you don't have. And so this is the exact same way that we saw it. It was one of those things where I know a lot of people, if they were to ask us, they'd be like, why would you pay a buyer's agent when you can just go to a real estate agent and they'll do X, Y, and Z? A real estate agent isn't in my best interest.
It's in the vendors.
It's absolutely in the vendors, and it's the time that we don't have. Like I said before, we've got a young family. We don't have the time to research what's the best area, what's the best street in that area, and narrow that down. Where's the flood zone? Where's the fire zone? It's all those little things that you don't think about. So I would rather go, no problems, let me hand over X amount of dollars to my buyer's agent who is Investor's Dream, and in the long run they've saved me all the headache. You know, even just as filling out the forms, like it's one of those things that you're like, oh, okay, there's quite a bit of paperwork to fill out like anything else when you're going to invest in something. There was never a question that I'd be like, Sanjeev, I don't get what this means, that he wasn't willing to help me and hold my hands through that process. It absolutely, it was worth the investment. It was a no-brainer for us.
100%. And like you mentioned, we don't have the time. We've got a young family. We both work full-time. We understand, like I said, we understand the importance of hiring someone to do that for us and getting results that are going to be tenfold more than what we could have probably ever done.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the fines, Yeah,
and also with Investor's Dream, like I mentioned earlier, it's not just I'm hiring you, go and give me a house. It's we'll work on this together. This is what we'll give you these steps for you to understand, and these like studying as well. So we're part of it. We started, and as much as we know of property investing, we've learned more as well as we went along with Investor's Dream. So that was great as well. So yeah, every dollar, worth every dollar, 100%.
Absolutely. And to add to that, nothing was gate kept. It wasn't that we asked Sanjeev anything and that he wouldn't tell us because, you know, that's part of his business and that's, you know, the reason why he brings people in. It was you asked him anything and he answered it. And at the end of the day, I think by the time we buy 5 or 6 properties with Investor's Dream, we will also gain the knowledge that Sanjeev has, which is just amazing because, we will one day be able to go off on our own, not anytime soon. We're not there yet. The family's too young. But it's that knowledge that you're also taking away from that. So once again, to me, I put that as me going to a course, me investing in myself with the information I'm getting from Sanjeev and the team. Investor's Dream was amazing.
It's worth, and having an advisor agent is definitely worth the money. 100%.
Yeah, I think it's a new concept, but I think I think in 3 to 4 years, you'll look back and go, oh yeah, why don't you get a buyer's agent? Why doesn't everyone eliminate that headache and that stress? And one of those things that you can never get back is time. So we don't have time to going around Australia and going, oh yeah, Queensland's the best spot, or Perth is the best spot. Let's see the street, and that's why you get a buyer's agent. Let them do all that for you. Let them come back with their findings. They explain to you why they believe that's the best property, and then you take it from there. You say yes, you say no, and then you move on.
Definitely, 100%, without a doubt, yeah.
I think my biggest thing as a mum with a young family of 3, I don't have time.
Yeah, and you can explain it to family and friends. Go, look, this is what we did. This is how we did it. And,
absolutely.
And this is the person to speak to. So 100%.
And would we recommend that person? Absolutely, absolutely. Here's our money. Take it, invest it. Thank you so much for your service. Absolutely, we would. Yeah.